I'm Steve.
And I'm Maddie.
And we are Dance Therapy.
Nearly 40% of American population over the age of 65 suffers from at least one type of disability. And as you grow older, you tend to be less mobile and unfortunately sometimes restricted to a wheelchair, which could induce this muscle stiffness and also other emotional and cognitive problems like depression and anxiety. And one of the revenues to tackle this is through the creative arts therapy.
So as Nadia mentioned, as we get older, we get more likely to become reduced to a more sedentary lifestyle. And what that involves is spending a lot of time in chairs, often wheelchairs, where we develop some sort of disability or ailments that we previously weren't exposed to in the first part of our active life. So two of the biggest problems with the sedentary lifestyle is the activation of muscles, especially in the lower extremity region. So we get a lot of reduced blood flow to the legs, to the buttocks, and to around the hips. And what this ends up doing is it ends up reducing our ability to stimulate contraction in those muscles, which reduces bone growth and muscle strength, so you get more muscle atrophy, and all these factors actually lead to a reduction in health.
So our solution is to combine two aspects, being one, dance therapy, and two, the vibration therapy. On one hand, dance therapy improves mobility and increases other health-related quality of life by improving the physical, emotional, cognitive aspects, as well as increases social integration. Our second aspect is therapy is the vibration therapy. Through strong stimuli to the lower extremities, we're able to increase blood flow and reduces muscle stiffness through the vibratory waves.
So as Maddie mentioned, our device is trying to encompass two things. We're trying to harness the energy that the body has to naturally move with music and apply that to vibration to try and give an increased stimulus to try and promote the blood flow in the lower extremities. Two of the biggest ways that this problem is currently being addressed is through the use of blood thinners such as warfarin and manual trainers. So to get a little bit more of an idea of how we were to approach this problem from a holistic standpoint, we conducted three main sources of interviews. First, we used our fantastic mentor Amy. There she is. So Amy's our partner at Dance Therapy, and we spoke a lot about what are the objectives that we're trying to perform in dance therapy. How is the space organised? And with this we came up with our first idea. Wouldn't it be great if we could build a device where patients could hit like a game, like almost like a Guitar Hero that they could see on the screen when they needed to push different buttons. But then having spoken to Amy and having watched some videos of dance therapy, we realised patients don't really have a problem with their upper body movement. It's really down into the lower movement. So that shifted our focus to the idea of using vibrations. We then conducted an interview with Irina Devoskina, who's an Australian Paralympic athletics coach. So she deals a lot with disabilities, and we pitched the idea of, do you think vibrations are a viable option to try and activate blood flow? And she said it was a fantastic idea. And not only does she think it could be used in the older age setting in dance therapy, but also using long distance travel, such as on planes and buses.
So our design includes three aspects, being one, the vibration pillows, which that's the vibration therapy of our design. And then there's also the second aspect, which that the vibration synchronizes with music and also light as part of music dance therapy. And to increase the more personalized aspect of our design, we also added the adjustable vibration strength button. And to work on our first prototype, our invention consists of console unit with a series of little vibrating motor discs like this one connected to a motor source nested inside an enclosure, which is this little pillow. But the first problem that we encountered is that the vibrations discs are just not strong enough. So we thought, okay, we're just going to connect these tiny little motors on the mat and then put it on a pillow. But then that was also not strong enough. So for our third prototype, we decided to replace the vibration motor to one with a larger strength and then connect it to a stronger power source. And then that's when you really feel the vibration.
So this is us going through the design process. So we worked hard, we listened to some customer feedback that the vibrations weren't strong enough. So this brought us to our current prototype design, which is now displayed on the screen. So what we've basically done is we've taken a standard pillow that you would use on a couch, and we've put like a massage motor inside the pillow. We've hooked that up to a battery, and we've enabled it with a switch. So the purpose for this is we performed numerous Wizard of Oz experiments. For those of you who aren't familiar with Wizard of Oz experiment, it's a way to quickly get feedback on a design without having it fully implemented. So what we did was we put the pillow on the chair, we played some music, and instead of the pillow vibrating to the music, one of us was standing behind the chair and activating the vibration on and off with our hands. So this was able to demonstrate a sense of what the pillow would eventually be able to do, and we received some really good feedback on future design tips. Part of that feedback was the vibration was too strong. We needed to kind of have a gravity wave come into the vibration instead of just the initial hit. The next part of advice that we got was our invention isn't going to help people who are paraplegics. We thought it would be a great idea that this would try and get some movement in people who are paraplegic, but then we realised paraplegics don't have any sense in their legs, so this wasn't going to help them. So then we had to iterate and design around that, and that's where the inclusion of lights came in. So our next design project looks to try and sync up the music and lights. So what this will eventually entail is you'll see the dance therapy, which will be blasting music. The vibration of the pillow will search for the bass kick in the music to hit the vibration to. And then we've got a series of lights that will shine out in front of the patient, which will assist in signals and cues and try and enhance the whole experience from that side of things.
So our next step is to also do more user tests and to get more feedbacks to design, further design, reiterate our design. And the estimated cost of our device to a customer would be about $20 to $30, which is significantly a lot lower than other manual therapy or drug therapy.
Thank you very much.